All right, good morning, everyone. Amen. Almost here before me. Just checking my volume here. I might be able to hear stuff on my own. Alright, cool. And YouTube chat is coming through on Caster Labs. That's awesome. Not that anybody really chats through anything else but YouTube, but you never know. So yeah, good morning, everyone. This is not Mega Man Legends, a game that I actually have never played, but maybe I should rectify that and play Mega Man Legends when I want to do some retro stuff. Alright, so just got the map station, and Miles just was extremely helpful, but not really, in telling me what I should do next. So let's go. Tower 3. 3 towers currently locked. Gotta go down here. That's cool. Recall terminal elevator activated to operate touch hologram at center. Okay. Classic Metroid. Metroid Prime, I mean. What's this? A transport tube. Interesting. What are your thoughts on collector's editions, and have you ever gone out of your way or wanted to get one? I would have all the collector's editions if I had the money for every game, every game that I love. I did get the Tears of the Kingdom collector's edition, even though I like Tears of the Kingdom. I prefer to get the Breath of the Wild collector's edition, but that one just kind of fell into my lap, so I have it. But I would totally get more and more of them if I could. One, it's because it's a physical copy, and physical copies are usually you get a physical copy with a collector's edition, and physical copies are going the way of the dodo, unfortunately. So you get the physical copy, you usually get some sort of like art book, which I also like. I do like companion books. It reminds me of the days when you got like an instruction manual, you know, the good old days of gaming. But usually, if like the collector's edition is like you get the OST too, unless it's unless you get something physical with it, I don't really like collector's editions. But usually, collector's editions have physical stuff with them. A steel book. I like the steel books, even though again I only have 2. I have the Metroid Prime trilogy steel book and the Tears of the Kingdom steel book. I think that those are really cool. Almost like pieces of art that you can display. Yeah. I'd say a steel book and maybe like an art book with it is a good something that makes a collector's edition worth it. Oh, interesting. I feel like I should pay attention. I have to say, I do like how they're incorporating that that guiding charge beam into their puzzles. Like the boss, and then other areas that utilize it. It's not like incredibly obvious that that's what I'm supposed to do, but you just kind of have to figure it out. It's nice how they do that. Explode. Halo 3 was a Spartan helmet. BioShock, big though. I wonder if the golden cartridge. I would say that counts. That's a. I mean, it's not a. It's definitely more of a collector's item, and will definitely cost you more money online. I saw this thing yesterday that was saying that 3DSs, like new 3DSs, are selling for like $200-300 now, which is more than they sold for when they first when they were first produced. Just the retro game market is insane. Like, I thought as an adult I was going to be able to buy all this stuff cheap that I could never buy as a kid, but it's more expensive now. And I gotta say, like, I would never. I love my new 3DS. I did the homebrew hack thing, and I would never part with it. You know, maybe $1,000. Maybe $1,000 would get me to part with it. But it's just such a cool device. But like, I went to this retro like reselling stand at in Traders Village in Houston, and like, they knew what they had. All of the retro stuff there was incredibly marked up, and people were in there buying things. It's like, yeah, you could get stuff cheaper on eBay, but it's still expensive. I don't know. There's this hunger in our in gamers of our generation for physical stuff, because we're slowly seeing the physical stuff like dissipate that we want as much as we can. And I've definitely felt that. At least, I don't know about you, Eamon. Like a few years ago, before it got too bad, I got my hands on a Game Boy Pocket and a Game Boy Color, both of which I had as a kid. But I repurchased because I stupidly sold them to GameStop. And I did thankfully hold on to Metroid Fusion and Metroid Zero Mission for the Game Boy Advance. And a lot of my Super Nintendo games and a lot of my N64 games I held on to as well. So I still have all that. I just have nowhere to set it up, so it's all in a trunk in the mess that is my garage. Someday I'll have a space big enough to set it all up and display it. That'd be fun. Okay, maybe we should actually pay attention to what I'm just scanning stuff now. I don't see anything like keeping track of like my scans, so maybe they don't do that in this game. Mechanoid variant, no entry found. A mecha rat. Let's kill all the rats. They definitely do damage, so... Alright, what do we got here? Bomb slot. Oh, that's right. Alright, so I go into visor. Oh yeah, that's right. I can charge it. That's kind of cool. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, that's right, I can just suck them. Looking up the most expensive collector's editions out there seems to be number one, expensive Dying Light Spotlight Edition. It costs $10 million. Oh my gosh. I saw that like sealed, oh gosh, sealed Mario 1 NES cartridge sold for like $1 million. Which just hit me. These guys? I do feel like when I get hit in this game, I'm taking more damage than in previous Metroid games. Maybe? I don't know. Conduit hatch, use maintenance. Okay. Did I scan these things yet? Do they keep track of scans? I don't know. The Lemorn. Super spiritual entities that also have really advanced 3D printers. Component printer, okay. Tower 1 generators malfunctioning. Doesn't look good. External flooding has caused the cable support brace to corrosion. Analysis made the cable then fell from the ceiling, damaging the walkway on impact. Grapple node. Don't have grapple yet, so probably gonna have to come back. Can be pulled free with enough force. Okay, we'll have to come back here. Little light shining through there. That's kind of cool effect. Or steam or whatever. I don't know. I remember when the trailer, the the one of the longer trailers for GTA 6 came out, and people noticed that like there was like a carbonated beverage on the table, and it was like fizzing like a real carbonated beverage. And people were like, is this really necessary for video games? And no, it's not necessary, but again, it's those small details that your brain, your eyes, you might not notice it, but your brain does, that kind of thing. So yeah, nice little cool details. What do we got here? Bomb slot. Oops. Whoa. Okay. Lightning absorption generator manages the collection of electricity from lightning strikes. Why don't we do that? Is that possible? Can we like harvest lightning strikes? Like, seems like a cool way to get energy. I don't want to speak too soon because I've only encountered the desert, the first area, and this area, but each of the different biomes does feel different, which is nice. What's happening? There's some intense music playing. I feel like I should move. Oh, I know what's going to happen. Yep. Okay. Oh, seriously? Come on, Samus. Yep. Okay, I gotta get into those little side areas. But it's alright, I just tanked it. Oh, okay. Like, I understand why they want to have, like, a reminder of your objective, but I do feel like that's more common in newer games. Like, pre-N64, you know, all that stuff wasn't included because of, like, hardware limitations, but post N64, you know, waypoints and objectives and things like that were always part of it and always part of gaming. And it was just like a choice, like how much do you want the player to be able to have to like remember what they're supposed to be doing. And I do feel that there was that less hand-holding that you got in older games, like depending on the type of game, obviously. Like in GoldenEye, you could check your watch and see the different objectives. But in, you know, Metroid Prime 2 and 1 and 2 at least, you didn't have that. There was definitely less hand-holding. But there does seem like in modern games of like, it's almost like they're afraid that you're going to get lost because getting lost is not seen as like fun anymore. And sometimes it isn't fun, but it all depends on how you design your game. And like I say that as someone who's become way less patient as a player in my older age. Like I have to just tell myself like, okay, no, it's okay to get lost. It's okay to take time and explore. I feel like Hollow Knight and Silksong were games that if you got lost, it was like you were more likely to like stumble upon something that would kind of reward you for getting lost. Whereas other games that are, lesser designs, they don't do that, which is when it's boring to get lost. But in a game like Hollow Knight or Prime 1 and 2, getting lost was like part of it, and you could actually stumble upon some cool stuff. Okay, sorry, rant over. Let me figure out what I'm supposed to do here. Touch the hologram. Okay, activated the printers. Okay, don't electrocute myself. I have to get up somewhere? Touch the hologram. Oh, to make it... I can't make it operate because I'm not touching the hologram. Just wondering how I get up there. Eamon says, yeah, I remember that. Devs online pointed out how simple the tech was to create that effect to counter everyone upset that resources were being wasted. Makes me think of all the mods that turn off annoying hand-holding comments, dialogue, and even textures. Yeah. Yep. It's... There is a fear of getting lost when it comes... The fear of the player getting lost when it comes to game development. And I think it does reflect, sad to say, a lack of creativity. Now, if I can just figure out how to get out of here. I can't interact with the hologram. Oh. That's kind of fun. That's funny. See, that's what's like kind of baffling. Like I just noticed that it looked like that piece of the bike looked like a morph ball, so I tried to stick my morph ball in there, and it worked. And the game didn't hold my hand with that, but yet in other areas it feels like it needs to hold my hand, and I'm not sure why. Like, what is their criteria for like solving puzzles versus solving versus like guiding the player to the next objective? You know, it seems like they want the player to struggle through the puzzles, but not to find the next objectives. And I would argue that finding the next objective is part of the overall puzzle of the game. So yeah, I'm just a little confused because I'm having some like there's things I'm really loving about this game, and some things I'm not really loving. It's a roller coaster of emotions. Resident Evil 7 Collector's Edition. Oh. Gotta focus here. The collector's edition had a physical model of the house along with the... Oh, that's awesome. I love the Resident Evil series. It's probably one of my favorites next to Zelda and Metroid. Hey, little guy. Maintenance tank. Mechanoid maintenance tank. Autonomous mobile drone responsible for performing maintenance. I will kill it. Oh, it gives a little... Oh, that's... Okay. When Resident Evil 4 came out, they sold a GameCube controller that was shaped like a chainsaw. It had the like blood spatter on it and everything. Look that up. That's cool. I do like that functionality with the morph ball. They again, another very creative way that they enhanced a classic Metroid ability. So, what is this? Into the garbage chute. I'm gonna have to deal with a trash compactor. Going down if we need to. Probably get hurt if I... Ow. just checking. Yeah. I remember seeing that at EB Games too. Is there a hole somewhere I'm supposed to go to? Oh wait, that was the terminal. Fuses metal using output lights capable of extreme precision and high speeds. Oh, I see. Just gotta pay attention to what's going on. Wait, what did that say? Security tower terminal online to release the shutter, touch the hologram. Oh. Okay, now we can get back. Alright, so the whole thing was just getting up there in a creative way so that we can get back easy. That's nice. That was a fun little sequence. A room full of puzzles. Okay, electrified. Don't step on them when they're electrified. Got it. Yeah, there we go. Doom Eternal had a wearable Doomslayer helmet and an 11-inch lithograph mural and an old cassette tape. That's cool. This wasn't really a collector's edition, but I did buy the Hollow Knight Wanderer's Journal. It's like, apparently it is canon in the Hollow Knight universe, but it's got all sorts of cool like additional like lore and stuff about it. Hope they come out with one. I'm sure they'll come out with one for Silksong. Yeah, if I had my own office with, you know, my own space, I would have so much. I'd be like one of those streamers with my backdrop being all my like gaming books and paraphernalia in the background. But as is right now, it's just my garage with all my Christmas decorations in the background. Did I go the right way? Oh, okay, this is just a... Okay. I see. It's a get back up quick. Is this the right way? Yes. Gotta go back and see our old buddy Miles. Like, Nito didn't even know about that journal. Like Josh Strife Hayes and his gamer. Yeah, you know? I try to do some things to signify that I am actually a gamer, like when I wear my bearskin hoodie, it's got like a little patch, a space for a patch that I can put on, so I put little Velcro patches of gaming characters. Oh, it's 343 Guilty Spark. It comes out a year from now that like the Guilty Spark guys, the 343 guys who worked on Metroid Prime 4, they actually just this is their Halo game that they always wanted to make, but but couldn't. Suit printer. Currently online. Touch the hologram to operate. Awesome. That's what I'll do. I'll tell my wife I need like at least 10 video game themed mugs, so she'll just buy me those for gifts from now on. That's what I heard. I didn't actually verify that. I did see it on a couple places on X. That's cool. That is a really cool suit design. It does sort of remind, like, not in color obviously, but it does in the rest of its style. It does really remind me of the light suit from Metroid Prime 2. Like if we were to put it on a grayscale, it might look very similar. And I have a sneaking suspicion that when the devs were making Metroid Prime 4, someone higher up, either at Retro Studios or Nintendo, was like, we need a motorcycle. You have to work in a motorcycle. Everything I've heard about the desert area and the motorcycle, I'll experience it for myself, and so I'll let you know, but everything I've heard about it makes it sound like it feels out of place, which makes me think it was like an addition that wasn't always going to be part of the game. Man, how fast can I go? Oh, I have to accelerate too. Oh man, we're going as fast as a pod racer from Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer for the Nintendo 64. Whoa. Okay. Can I shoot with it? Okay, so I can scan. Alright, so it controls. Press plus to dismount the Viola. Displaying vehicle manufacturing tower. Okay, data download. There's a guy with an hour-long video talking about the history of Metroid and why MP4 is not a Metroid game. I keep meaning to watch it, but an hour is quite an investment. I know which video you're talking about. I have it marked on my playlist, my to watch playlist, because but obviously I didn't want to watch it before I played. And like I totally understand why people get upset about games having like a it plays differently. Like if I wanted to play a game where I can run around in a vehicle and shoot things, I should probably play Halo. But if I want a game where I'm slogging through labyrinths, it's one long dungeon crawl with puzzles and cryptic storytelling, I play Metroid. I would even go so far as to say, although in a different way, that like if a game plays extremely differently than its predecessor, you could make an argument for it not being not being part of the same canon, but I'm only half-heartedly saying that, because the topic of canonicity is always debated, and what makes something canon and whatnot. And my view is, just because the owner of an IP says something is canon doesn't necessarily make it canon. There's lots of other criteria, and the biggest one being wide acceptance of it being considered canon. So, like, if the majority of people don't consider something canon, and there's some good logic to like follow that up, then that's more important than the owner of the IP saying it is canon. It's a bit more subjective, I understand, but I do feel it's a valid argument. But we can go into that later. That's more of like a podcast discussion than a lighthearted gaming session. Okay, I need the boost ball. What's going on here? Oops. I think so far we've gotten at least 3 fighting intros where like an enemy shows up in a dramatic fashion, and then it cuts to Samus and she readies her blaster. Gotten at least 3 of those so far. I wonder how many more we'll get throughout the game. Yeah, see, they hit pretty hard. Which makes me excited to actually play hard mode, because the combat might actually be difficult, which is not usually something that you find in the Metroid Prime games. Reminds me of those memes with Lord Farquaad saying, "The IP is mine now. I can do whatever I want with it because it's mine." Yeah, exactly. It's also the argument that people use to try to decanonize the sequel trilogy. Pretty sure I'm going the right way. And I say that because so far this game is pretty linear. We haven't yet branched out. Another battle. That one just teleported in there. Four times. Where'd it go? Come here. Oh, where'd it go? Where are you? Oh, come on. So I'll just deal with these things. Oh gosh, I'm gonna die. So my thought process here is that thing seems to be pretty quick, which will be a real pain in the neck to fight. Ooh. Cross beam. Where are you? Oh gosh. Can I hit it like this? Oh man. Did it dodge me? I don't know if I had the right idea. Disappeared. Where is it? Does it come back? Yeah, it does. Okay, yeah. So it does dodge, but... Oh, I got it. Cool. I'm the type of person that has my own canon for my favorite series, like with Avatar. There is no Korra. Korra had its moments. Legend of Korra had its moments, but yes, I agree. But like what I'm getting at is I don't want someone gave me some criticism once. They're like, I think what you're thinking of is headcanon, and yes, you can bleed into headcanon, but what I'm saying for something there's more concrete than just like I'm gonna do like make up my own canon in my head. But I'm saying like I think I could make a logical argument to exclude the sequel trilogy from the main Star Wars canon. Not just because I feel like it isn't part of the canon, but because there's actual ways humans think that will exclude it from the canon in a logical way. It has a lot to do with how like typically when we think of the word canon in a religious sense, we're talking about like the canon of scripture and how these books came together. And the way that they came together is not simply like eventually a group of people said, okay, this is the official canon, but before that there's a reasons why these books were put in the canon, and it's not simply because someone said so. There's like who wrote them, the themes, the characters, the consistency of messaging, all these things come into play, and yes, they're how widespread they were. So that's something what I'm getting at here. Not just I say it's canon, therefore it is, and I own it, so there's nothing you can do about it. This looks like an arena. I probably will have to fight something here eventually. They ruined the world of Avatar with Korra. They did. Like, literally. It's like one of the main messages in one of the seasons is like, forget the past. Don't worry about those past avatars and all their wisdom. You can do what you want now. There's no wisdom there. Scout bot. So those reminders to do this, like I get it because it's a new function that they've introduced that's not in previous Metroid games, but I'm like, okay, at some point they should probably stop reminding me to do the psychic morph ball thing. Reminds me of The Matrix. Revelations. The third one, whatever that is. There's a lot of video essays on the Legend of Korra and why it's bad, and why Korra is a poorly written character, and all that fun stuff. Come on. Miles should say something about how we're back online. It's the monitor. That was number 5. Establishing shot. Flight Drone MCU. Manages flight drones produced by the Vehicle Factory's Administration. AI analysis implies modifications for battle have been made. Its core is defended by 3 energy spheres. If all were destroyed, the MCU will briefly malfunction. However, the spheres quickly self-repair, so they must all be destroyed at the same time for this to occur. Okay, I get it. I get it. Do the drones regenerate too? Now I can actually lock onto them. What's the item from Skyward Sword, the little beetle shooter thingy? I don't think I was actually hurting it there because of those things that were in the way. Oops, I missed. Yeah. School enemy. Never played it, not canon. I've only gotten a couple hours into it. The gameplay for some reason just didn't hold my interest. But I really do like the story. You know, if you can ignore all the if you can ignore all the time paradoxes that occur, because of time travel is a silly storytelling mechanic that I wish never existed. Oops. I think it's the 3 lights on her chest that remind me of the light suit. Psylux. So, I didn't play Hunters. There's another establishing shot. And the first time Psylux showed up in this game, I didn't say it then, but I will say it now. He shows up and he takes a shot at Samus, and hang on, I'll finish that thought in a second. Scans detect an electrical shock arm cannon. Further analysis blocked by powerful psychic jammer. Yeah, he shows up, takes a shot at Samus. Samus does a cool looking backflip and hits him with her own energy blast, but because he missed, he triggers the Beyond thing, the artifact thing. And because of that, it establishes that Samus is at least as skilled, if not more skilled, than Psylux, which makes me not really have any kind of like intimidation factor towards this guy. I do think maybe you beat him differently in Metroid Prime Hunters or something, but physical contact is dangerous, but this spin moves struck by inflicting concussive damage to the base of the target. Okay, I gotta bomb him. Like, compare his introduction, because apparently he's the final boss. Spoilers, I don't know, maybe. Like, compare his introduction to Dark Samus in Metroid Prime 3. She shows up and one-shots your entire crew, and then you're like, oh, dang, I have to do something. I have to grow as a character to actually beat this person. And then, you know, compare that with Ravenclaw in Metroid Dread. You know, he shows up, again, pretty much, you know, you do a little bit better against him, but he ends up just ending you pretty quick. And then the whole time Adam is like, you're gonna die if you fight him. But here, you know, that's how you introduce a villain. Like, there should be some intimidation factor right from the get-go. And this feels like it's going to follow the same pattern as Prime 2, where I'm going to defeat Psylux many times throughout the game. Which is like, why should I be intimidated by this character? I don't like this. There we go. Like, why should I be intimidated by this character from a storytelling perspective? Because they didn't really do anything to set it up. Like, yes, this is not an easy fight. It's fun, except for that bomb part. But like, I already messed up this guy once. Oops, I forgot. I'm supposed to do this now. Come on. There we go. Oops. At least they're pretty generous with their health. Boom. Maybe it was a clone. It was. Still, though, it's already been established that Samus is more skilled than Psylocke, so... Yes, look how Zero saves you a Mega Man when fighting Vile. You're so weak, and you can't even see his HP bar. Yeah, exactly. That's how you introduce a villain. Makes me think of how they screwed up Sephiroth in the remake. There's a fight in the original game where he takes no damage fighting mobs with you, showcasing his massive power gap, but in the remake he takes damage. Yeah. Yep. These things that you don't think matter, you know, they matter. Another great villain introduction is in a movie is Thanos. He shows up and beats down the Hulk. And you're just like, well, that was our most powerful guy. What are we gonna do now? Is this the right way? Yo, guy. Oh. Okay. Guess he turns on me if I shoot him. I'm probably gonna have to use my psychic beam and get behind him. Cybot with an energy shield equipped on the left arm that reflects beam attacks. The shield can be removed with a forceful pull. Okay, well I don't have that yet, so maybe we can do this. That worked. It's pretty useful. Oh, did he block it? Watch audience reactions to that scene. People recording in the theater. Everyone excited when the Hulk shows up, and there's dead silence. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. 100%. It should have been Hulk versus Thanos at the end. But we didn't get that. That's why Infinity War will always be a better movie than Endgame. How do we get up there? Can I? Do any of these go up? Yeah, the girls get it done scene. Out of scanning range. Increases maximum shot ammo by 10. Also restores 10 shot ammo. Shot ammo. Yeah, by the time of Endgame, they were clearly trying to set up the replacing of the old characters with the new characters, and they should have waited for the next phase to do that. Now everyone's going to see Avengers Doomsday because it's bringing back like every every popular hero that everybody loved, and for that reason I'll probably see it too, because I want to see Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen on the big screen again as Magneto and Professor X, and James Marsden as Cyclops, and oh gosh, these things. Do something? Oh yeah, I don't have the boost ball yet, that's right. Just to be safe. Secondary power generators entering the device while in morph ball mode and using the boost ball to function generates power. Okay, boost ball. Just wanted to make sure they didn't change things up on me. Buddy. It's a good thing the combat is pretty fun in this game. Because if this is the... and like, the small puzzles are nice. I like the small puzzles. Combat's really fun, but there isn't, at least in this section, there isn't a lot of like wandering around. You know, you're not really in a labyrinth right now. You're in a stage from Halo. Okay. So I'm hoping that, and no spoilers please for those of you who've already played it, I'm hoping that this isn't the trend for the rest of the other sections of the game. I mean, that's what people are saying, it is structured more like a Zelda game, and this is like even a Zelda temple actually has a bit more wandering around and backtracking than this. So, anyway. And with that, it is bird o'clock. I have to take my son to school today because school is back in session, and I'm going back to work today. So we'll call it a day. I do hope to finish this run, at least the first run, by the end of the month. Nerdy Neo is doing a panel on Metroid Prime 4, which I'm hoping to join. So do hope to get this done, the first run at least done, by the end of the month. I'm X-Vice. Sorry, I just saw your X-Vice. I don't know if you're still watching. Holy crap, you're jacked, bro. Thank you. Sorry, that threw me off. We talk more about game design and why these new modern games fail. Yeah. If you're a fan of Critical Drinker, he has a why modern games fail series. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Same time tomorrow. I'm gonna get my Discord server up and running, and I'll post, a link to that. It'll be free and people can join. And mostly, it's just gonna be for right now until I figure out some more fun things to do with it. It'll just be like a schedule update thing, because once I finish Prime 4, I'm gonna play it again, but I'll work in more streams where I play other games as well, so it's not just only another playthrough of Prime 4. So I'll take requests. Mega Man Legends, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, have a good day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.